Welcome, champions. Greetings, achievers. Today's video is far from ordinary. It's something that has the potential to genuinely reshape your life. What you're about to watch isn't just another video. It's something that may truly transform the direction of your life. Because today we'll be discussing a skill that can influence your career, your earnings, your confidence, and your overall life experience. Our topic today is a capability that can elevate your profession, income, self-esteem, and your entire life path. Think about it. Have you noticed that when someone speaks confidently, clearly, and with charm, they end up with better career opportunities? Reflect for a second. People who communicate with clarity and charisma often receive stronger job offers. They earn higher salaries, attract greater chances, and are respected whether they're at work, social events, or any other place they enter. They typically make more money, get more opportunities, and command respect everywhere, in the office, at gatherings, or in any crowd. And here's the interesting part. Sometimes we meet very ordinary-looking individuals. They aren't celebrities, millionaires, or well-known figures, just regular people. Yet occasionally we come across people who look completely average, not famous, not rich, not particularly outstanding. But when they start speaking, something feels different. Their words carry impact. Their presence feels magnetic. Once they open their mouth, you feel an unusual pull. Their communication has weight, and their presence becomes captivating. We enjoy being around them. We feel good in their company and want to meet them again. We find ourselves drawn to them, enjoying their conversations, and wanting more interactions. Why is that? Because communication is the real superpower. Communication is true beauty. The reason is simple. Real influence and true attractiveness come from communication. Listen carefully now. If you want a strong personality, one that people admire, respect, and remember, there's a golden rule you must understand. Here's the key. If you want to develop a memorable and respected personality, you must know an essential principle. Speak well, speak positively, speak clearly. Communicate thoughtfully, kindly, and with clarity. What does that mean? It means your words should always have intention. This means that whenever you speak, your message should have purpose. Your sentences should be well-structured. Your message should be crystal clear. Your expressions need to be crafted neatly and sound perfectly transparent. You must think before talking and pace your thoughts properly. Take a moment before speaking and deliver your ideas at a balanced pace. A clear mind plus clear speech equals a powerful personality. A focused mind paired with clear expression creates a strong personal presence. In this video, I'll share 10 practical, actionable, and easy-to-apply tips. I will show you 10 real-world techniques that you can immediately use. These are not dull theories. These are real methods that produce real improvements. This is not boring information. These are effective tools that bring noticeable results. If you stay until the end and use what I teach, your communication skills will transform permanently. Guaranteed. I promise that if you watch till the end and practice these tips, your communication abilities will change forever. And here's more. Improving your communication through this video will also enhance your English listening and speaking. And guess what? While learning communication, you'll also naturally improve your spoken and listening English. So watch till the end. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that can change your life. Stay with me to the end, and make sure to subscribe for more life-transforming lessons. Let's begin. Let's elevate ourselves. Let's start. Let the transformation begin. Tip 1. Speak without speaking. This principle is extremely powerful, and only a small percentage of people truly understand it. According to psychological research, others create their first impression of you in just 7 seconds. Yes, only 7 seconds. Before you even begin talking properly, people have already formed about 70% of their opinion of you. Whether you seem confident, intelligent, approachable, or trustworthy, all of that is judged instantly. Hard to believe, but it's true. So what does this tell us? It means that even when your mouth is closed, you're still communicating. Your body language, your facial expression, your eyes, your smile, your posture, and your overall energy are already sending a message. All of these elements speak louder than your actual voice. Let me share a simple real-life scenario. Imagine two applicants waiting for their job interview. Both have the same qualifications and identical skill sets. One is sitting with a bent posture, staring at his phone, looking tired and uninterested. The other is sitting upright, shoulders relaxed, with a soft, natural smile and a calm, confident vibe. Who do you think the interviewer will prefer even before asking a single question? Of course, the second one. Why? Because his nonverbal behavior is already saying, I'm confident, capable, and respectful. Your physical presence communicates far more than you realize. Here's what you must always keep in mind. Enter any room with confidence, even if you feel nervous inside. Keep your smile natural, gentle, warm, not forced. Maintain good posture. It communicates strength and stability. Make eye contact. It signals honesty and connection. Avoid fidgeting or playing with your hands. It exposes anxiety. Once you master the 7-second rule, you've already won half the battle before speaking a single word. People feel your energy before they hear your voice. Tip 2, storytelling. If your goal is to capture attention, inspire others, and remain memorable, you must learn the art of storytelling. Storytelling is the king of communication. Why? Because while facts provide information, stories create emotional impact. A story naturally grabs attention and stays in people's minds much longer than plain statements. For example, you could say, hard work is important. That's dull, forgettable. Or you could share a short story. Imagine a boy named Sam from a tiny village with no electricity or internet. Every night he studied under a streetlight because he dreamed of becoming a doctor. People mocked him, but 10 years later, he saved the lives of the same people who doubted him. Which explanation is more powerful? Obviously, the story leaves a deeper emotional mark. Whether you're presenting, teaching, negotiating, or just having a casual conversation, stories create connection. Our brains have been wired for stories since ancient times when people gathered around fires. Keep your stories short but meaningful. Include a bit of struggle and a sense of victory. Let people see themselves inside your story. If you master storytelling, people will enjoy listening to you, appreciate your message, and remember you. Tip 3, empathy. If you want to become an exceptional communicator, someone people trust, appreciate, and open up to, you need to develop one powerful skill: empathy. Empathy means being able to sense and understand what another person is feeling. It's the ability to mentally step into their situation and listen not only with your ears, but also with your heart. Why is this so important? Because when someone feels that you genuinely understand them, they immediately feel safe. They trust you. They respect you. They're willing to open up. Without empathy, communication becomes empty, cold, and shallow. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you're telling a friend about a stressful problem at work. You're overwhelmed and feeling alone. One friend listens for a second and replies, "Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Forget it." He didn't listen. He didn't understand. He didn't care. But another friend watches you carefully, listens fully, nods, and says, "That sounds really stressful. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. I'm here if you want to talk more." Which friend would you trust? Who would you feel closer to? The second one, because empathy builds connection. Here are simple ways to show empathy. Listen actively. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Acknowledge emotions. Show you understand their feelings. Use compassionate phrases like, "I can imagine how that feels." That sounds really difficult. Thanks for sharing this with me. Be fully present, no distractions. In leadership, sales, relationships, the people who succeed most are not the loudest talkers, but the deepest listeners. When you make someone feel understood, you win their heart. Tip 4, the sweetest sound. One of the greatest secrets of powerful communication was expressed by Dale Carnegie. A person's name is to that person the sweetest sound in any language. When you use someone's name correctly and naturally, you make them feel seen and valued. A name isn't just a label. It represents identity, memories, and a sense of self. Saying someone's name warmly touches their emotions more than you realize. Imagine walking into a busy Starbucks. You place your order and give your name, Daniel. 5 minutes later, surrounded by noise and people, you hear, "Caramel macchiato for Daniel. Have a great day, Daniel." For a moment, you feel recognized. Not just another customer, but someone remembered. This tiny gesture creates a positive and personal experience. In conversations, meetings, interviews, or friendships, using a person's name sincerely builds connection. People respond to those who make them feel important. But be careful. Use names naturally, not too often, not too forced. Say it when greeting, when making a point, and when closing a conversation. In a noisy world where everyone wants attention, remembering someone's name makes you stand out. Tip 5, emotional intelligence. This skill can transform your relationships, leadership ability, and communication. Emotional intelligence means understanding and managing your own emotions and recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. The most powerful part of emotional intelligence? Learning to respond instead of react. Reacting is impulsive, emotional, and uncontrolled. Responding is calm, thoughtful, and intentional. Picture yourself in a meeting where someone publicly criticizes your idea. If you react, you become angry, maybe even rude. But if you respond, you stay composed and say, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll think about it. Maybe we can discuss some improvements together." Now you appear mature and confident, earning respect. At home, during an argument, reacting can make things worse. But pausing, breathing, and saying, "I feel upset right now. Let's talk when we're calmer," protects the relationship. To build emotional intelligence, pause before speaking. Identify your emotion. Ask yourself what response supports your long-term goal. Remember, winning an argument means nothing if you lose a relationship. Great communicators stay centered even in chaos. Emotional intelligence is inner strength turned into outer influence. Tip 6, listening. Listening is one of the most underrated communication skills. Most people are not actually listening. They're simply waiting for their turn to speak. They may look like they're paying attention, but their mind is busy preparing their next sentence. This destroys meaningful conversations. Great communicators do the opposite. They listen with full attention, not halfway, not fake, but genuinely. Here's a simple truth. When someone feels truly heard, they automatically feel valued. Imagine talking to a friend who keeps checking their phone, giving weak nods and barely making eye contact. You instantly feel unimportant. Now imagine someone who looks at you directly, reacts naturally, asks follow-up questions, and shows real curiosity. You feel respected. Listening is respect in action. To become a better listener, keep your phone away. Maintain natural eye contact. Use positive body language, slight nods, open posture. Ask clarifying questions. What happened next? How did that make you feel? Don't interrupt. Let them finish their thought. Don't judge prematurely. Listening strengthens friendships, improves relationships, boosts your leadership, and makes people trust you. Remember, people may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Listening makes them feel important. And that's the key to great communication. Tip 7, the rule of pausing. This is one of the most advanced communication techniques. something only confident and charismatic speakers truly master. When you pause before speaking or during speaking, you send a powerful message. I am calm. I am in control. I am confident. Insecure speakers rush their words. They speak quickly, fearing silence, because silence makes them uncomfortable. But confident speakers understand that silence is not empty, it is powerful. A pause allows your brain to organize your thoughts. It allows your audience to absorb your message. It increases the impact of your words. And it instantly makes you appear more intelligent. For example, imagine giving a presentation. Instead of saying everything in one long, nervous sentence, you speak in clear segments, and after an important point, you pause. During that pause, people lean in. They pay attention. They feel the weight of your message. Pausing also protects you from saying unnecessary things or making mistakes. It gives your speech a natural rhythm. If you want to sound confident during conversations, interviews, or public speaking, master the pause. It is one of the greatest communication tools you can develop. Tip 8. Voice control. Here's something many underestimate. Your voice is a major part of your communication. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Your tone, pitch, pace, and volume all influence how people perceive you. A shaky or monotonous voice makes you appear unsure. A calm, steady, warm tone makes you appear confident. Imagine hearing someone speak in a flat, lifeless tone. Even if their words are important, you lose interest. But when someone speaks with variation, lowering their voice to emphasize something important, slowing down to highlight a point, speeding up to add excitement, it captures your attention. Here's how to improve your voice. Breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. Slow down your pace slightly. Don't rush. Add variety in your tone. Avoid sounding robotic. Lower your voice just a little when delivering key points. It signals confidence. Make your voice warm, not sharp. Your voice is your instrument. The better you use it, the stronger your impact. Tip 9. Vocabulary. If you want to express yourself clearly, confidently, and persuasively, you must expand your vocabulary. But let's be clear, improving vocabulary does not mean using complicated or rare words to sound smart. True communication is not about showing off. It's about expressing your thoughts precisely and effectively. A rich vocabulary simply gives you more tools to express what you truly mean. It helps you describe your ideas more accurately and communicate in a way that others easily understand. For example, instead of saying, I'm kind of unhappy, you could say, I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated, or I'm concerned. Each of these words carries a slightly different meaning. When you choose the right word, you express your feelings more clearly. Likewise, in professional settings, the right vocabulary makes your ideas sound organized and well-structured. Here are simple ways to improve your vocabulary naturally. Read daily. Even 10 minutes helps. Learn 1 to 2 new words per day, not 20. Use those new words in real sentences so they become part of your active vocabulary. Notice how skilled speakers express ideas and adopt their phrasing. Avoid overly complicated words that make communication difficult. A strong vocabulary doesn't make you arrogant. It makes you articulate. It gives you clarity. And clarity gives you confidence. Tip 10. Positive communication. One of the most attractive qualities a communicator can have is positivity. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel uplifted, inspired, and comfortable. This doesn't mean you have to be fake or act cheerful all the time. It simply means choosing a tone that adds value rather than draining energy. Let's compare 2 types of people. Person A, always complaining, criticizing, gossiping, or listing problems. Their conversations feel heavy. Person B, encourages others, focuses on solutions, speaks with warmth, and brings good energy. Their presence feels refreshing. Who do people prefer to be around? Obviously, person B, because positivity is magnetic. Here's how to practice positive communication. Replace complaints with constructive suggestions. Compliment others genuinely, not artificially. Use encouraging language. You can do it. That's a great idea. I appreciate you. Avoid gossip. It destroys respect. Keep your tone warm and uplifting. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means facing problems with a mindset that inspires others instead of weakening them. When your communication lifts people up, you instantly become someone they want to listen to. Bonus tip: brevity. This is a secret of highly intelligent communicators. Be clear, be concise. Don't overtalk. Long, unstructured explanations exhaust people. Short, well-organized messages impress people. Great communicators know how to deliver their point without unnecessary details. They respect the listener's time and attention. For example, instead of talking for 5 minutes to explain something, condense your thought into one strong, sharp sentence. Brevity is power. It makes your words stronger. It keeps people engaged. And it makes you sound confident and well-prepared. We've now covered 10 powerful communication skills. 1. Nonverbal influence. 2. Storytelling. 3. Empathy. 4. Using names. 5. Emotional intelligence. 6. Listening. 7. Pausing. 8. Voice control. 9. Vocabulary. 10. Positivity bonus. Brevity. Each one of these can elevate your personality, career, and relationships if you practice them regularly. Tip 11. Presence. If you want people to listen to you, respect you, and remember you, you must develop presence. Presence means being fully there, mentally, emotionally, and physically, whenever you interact with someone. Most people aren't present at all. They're distracted, thinking about something else, or mentally planning the next task. But when someone is truly present with you, you feel it immediately. Their focus is on you. Their mind is not drifting, and their energy is fully engaged in the moment. Presence creates connection faster than any words can. Here's how to build strong presence. When talking with someone, look directly at them, not in an intense way, but naturally and attentively. Don't divide your focus between them and your phone or surroundings. Keep your mind away from unrelated thoughts. React naturally with small expressions, nods, smiles, eyebrow raises, to show you're engaged. Be intentional with your gestures and movements. Presence is rare today, which is why it's powerful. When you give someone your undivided attention, you make them feel important, and people remember that feeling. Tip 12. Calmness. Calmness is a communication superpower. When you stay calm under pressure, people trust you more. Anyone can speak well when things are easy, but the one who stays composed during stress, arguments, or unexpected challenges always stands out. Calmness communicates control, maturity, and confidence. Imagine a workplace conflict. Everyone is tense, speaking over each other, arguing. But one person stays calm, listens carefully, speaks thoughtfully, and doesn't raise their voice. That person immediately becomes the anchor in the room, the one people respect and naturally follow. To develop calm communication, breathe slowly before responding. Remind yourself that staying calm gives you power. Don't let other people's emotions control your behavior. Keep your voice stable, not loud, not shaky. Slow down your speech just a bit. It signals confidence. Calm people influence others without force. Their presence speaks louder than noise. Tip 13. Clarity. Clarity is one of the foundations of effective communication. Confusing speakers lose attention. Clear speakers gain trust. Clarity means structuring your thoughts before speaking and expressing them in a simple, logical manner. Here's a useful method. Think organized speak. Before your words leave your mouth, mentally categorize your points. What is the main idea? What is the purpose? What does the listener need to understand? Then communicate with clean, sharp sentences, not scattered thoughts. For example, instead of, so, like, I was kind of thinking that maybe we could, I don't know, look at the project again because something seems wrong. You could say, I reviewed the project again and I found a few issues. Let's discuss them. Clear, direct, respectful. Clarity sets you apart in interviews, presentations, leadership roles, and daily conversations. People don't follow those who talk the most. They follow those who communicate plainly and effectively. Tip 14. Curiosity. Curiosity makes conversations feel alive. When you're curious about others, you make them feel interesting. And here's a simple truth. People love talking to someone who makes them feel valuable. Curiosity means asking genuine questions, not interrogating, not forcing, but showing real interest. For example, that's fascinating. How did you first get into that? What made you choose that path? Tell me more about that experience. When you ask thoughtful questions, conversations naturally deepen. Curiosity also teaches you to learn from everyone, no matter their age, background, or profession. A curious communicator grows faster, connects deeper, and understands more. Tip 15. Humility. Humility is one of the most attractive traits a communicator can possess. People often confuse humility with weakness, but in reality, humility is a sign of strength. Arrogant communicators push people away. Humble communicators draw people closer. When you speak with humility, you show that you're confident enough not to pretend you know everything. You're open to learning, willing to listen, and capable of admitting mistakes. Here's what humility looks like in conversation. Saying, I could be wrong, but here's my perspective. Admitting when you don't know something instead of pretending. Listening to others without dismissing their ideas. Giving credit where it's due. Humility doesn't make you small, it makes you respected. People trust those who are honest about their limitations. And ironically, humility often makes you look more confident than pride does. Tip 16. Humor. A touch of humor can transform your communication. Humor makes people comfortable, lowers tension, and makes conversations enjoyable. This doesn't mean you need to be a comedian. You don't need to force jokes or act silly. Simple, light-hearted humor, gentle, situational, or playful, is enough to make your presence enjoyable. For example, a relaxed comment about a situation everyone relates to, a small witty observation, a light smile, or playful remark. Humor builds connection faster than formal conversation ever could. But remember, don't use sarcasm that may hurt someone. Don't joke about sensitive topics. Don't make humor your entire personality. Balanced humor equals warm communication. When people enjoy talking to you, they want to talk to you more. Tip 17. Appreciation. Appreciation is a simple gesture, yet incredibly powerful. Everyone likes to feel valued. Everyone wants their efforts to be recognized. When you express genuine appreciation, you strengthen relationships instantly. Appreciation can be expressed through, thank you, I really appreciate your help. You did a great job. That meant a lot to me. I'm grateful for your time. These small sentences create emotional warmth. In professional settings, appreciation increases teamwork, loyalty, and positivity. In personal relationships, it deepens trust and closeness. Many people stay silent even when they admire someone or feel grateful. But great communicators express it openly. A simple thank you can change the atmosphere of an entire conversation. Tip 18. Boundaries. Healthy communication requires boundaries. Boundaries protect your time, energy, and mental well-being. If you always say yes, if you allow others to interrupt you, or if you tolerate disrespect, your communication becomes weak. You can be kind and firm at the same time. Boundaries look like this. I'd like to finish what I was saying. I can't commit to that right now. Please don't speak to me in that tone. I need some time to think before responding. Strong communicators respect others, but they also respect themselves. Setting boundaries isn't rude. It's necessary. People will treat you based on what you allow. When you communicate your limits calmly and clearly, you gain respect. Tip 19. Consistency. Consistency strengthens your character. People trust you when your words and actions match over time. Anyone can be polite once. Anyone can be impressive for a day. But being respectful, reliable, positive, and clear consistently, that is what builds real influence. Consistency means you keep your promises. You treat people well, whether you're in a good mood or not. You stay true to your principles. You communicate with integrity, even when no one is watching. Consistency builds trust, and trust is a foundation of powerful communication. Tip 20. Vulnerability. The last tip is one of the most powerful of all. Vulnerability. Being vulnerable doesn't mean weakness. It means being honest, open, and authentic about your feelings, experiences, or mistakes. Vulnerability builds deep trust. It creates emotional connection and shows people that you're human, not pretending to be perfect. Everyone is fighting hidden battles. When you share your struggles or lessons, people feel less alone and more connected to you. Here's how to use vulnerability effectively. 1. Share a real personal moment, a struggle, fear, or challenge. 2. Keep it concise and meaningful. 3. Focus on what you learned, not just a hardship. 4. Present it naturally, as if speaking to a trusted friend. 5. End with hope or a positive takeaway. For example, instead of pretending everything in life was perfect, you might say, 5 years ago, I lost my job and had very little money. I felt hopeless, but I decided to take one small step each day. Slowly, I rebuilt my life. Today, I'm standing here stronger than before. People remember stories like this. They see themselves in your journey. You don't appear as a superhero. You appear as a warrior who overcame adversity. Vulnerability touches hearts, creates respect, and leaves lasting impressions. The heart of communication. Real communication isn't just mind to mind. It's heart to heart. It's not about impressing people with big words. It's about connecting, building trust, and inspiring others. You don't need to be perfect to communicate well. You only need to be authentic, present, and genuine. Practice these tips daily. Over time, you'll notice that people listen differently, respond more positively, and remember what you say. Your words won't just convey information. They'll inspire, motivate, and resonate deeply. Final thoughts. Always remember, communication is not just about what you say. It's about how you make people feel when they hear you. Speak with clarity. Speak with confidence. Speak with your heart. Apply these skills consistently, and you will see transformation in your career, relationships, and self-confidence. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Step forward. Speak authentically, and let your words create impact. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, like, share, and subscribe for more tips to master communication. Your journey to becoming a powerful communicator starts now. Practice, refine, and watch as your conversations, connections, and confidence reach new heights.